Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Formula Trout League, Season 6 of the Hybrid Series, or now the Vermin Formula Experience Hybrid Series. Glad you guys could join me tonight. I'm here alongside my good old pal. No, I'm not actually. He's not here. Shady. Care to join?
Yeah.
How's it going, man?
It's going good, thank you.
So yeah, we're here at Australia tonight, round 1 of season 6 of the Hybrid Series. Do you have any predictions tonight?
I do not have any predictions myself. Talking to the guys, it's gonna be a tough race. They say the track temps are, and I quote, ridiculously high. So it will be a tough race for the drivers, and yeah, I think that's gonna play in a lot.
So yeah, you're right. It is going to be a hard one. I mean, the guys have been preparing for the last 2 weeks for this, all different types of track temperatures, but can they predict the correct one? That is the question. So yeah, we're racing in Australia tonight. There's a track length of 5.3 kilometers, and that equates to 3.2 miles. And the race distance is 180 kilometers, so that's the race distance tonight, which is 34 laps, 16 turns, and yeah, the fastest lap here so far was Hago Pom in season 5, and Ermis Riss in season 5 as well for the yeah, that. Anyway, I think we should jump straight to trackside. Let's not leave this any longer. The guys will be out there just getting accustomed to the track grip as they get ready for qualifying.
I have a few pointers more. I've been talking to the guys. It's, you know, new car, new year. From what I've heard, it has a lot of downforce, this car, compared to the which of course contributes to dirty air. So we'll see if they're able to follow each other closely or how that works. From what they said, they might not be able to follow that closely as last year.
Well, I mean, they say that, but I'm sure they'll always put on a good show for us nonetheless.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we did do a bit of a streaming at the testing 2 weeks ago, and that was at Red Bull Ring, and yeah, admittedly, I mean, there wasn't that much track action, but when we did get that wheel-to-wheel action, it was very exciting nonetheless. And yeah, we run alongside Max Stein in the M Sport BMW. New team on the grid. They're the sister team of JV and the boys, JVDR. Some questionable camera angles, as we remember from Australia. We'll probably try and get that sorted out. And the UI as well. Where's that UI when you need it?
While you talk about that, I gotta say, these cars, some of these cars, they are beautiful. They're looking real nice.
Yeah, I mean, the effort this season, I think, because there's a lot have been kicked from the race. Give me a second.
So looking at the times at the moment, Maximilian Younger is actually at the top now. Of course, it's just practice. But only Maximilian and Mario has actually made it into the 22s, as Maxi goes into 21. Will be interesting to see when they go into quali, how low they go. As I said, first year of the season, it's hard to do any predictions because you never know how people like the car, driving, how it fits this different driving styles. I followed Max in the last Formula 3 season. He had a good racing season. However, he had a bad season, as in he got crashed out or crashed out. He got crashed out or crashed out himself in a lot of races. So it's looking good for now, and hopefully he won't get taken out or crashed out himself during the race today.
Just bear with me as we connect to the server. Didn't realise I'm actually in a Merc. I was unbeknownst to this, but this is exciting. Not that I'll be driving it, but it'll look good on stream nonetheless. Meanwhile, there's a bit of downtime. Let's go over last season's standings. So, as we can see here, Ragged Edge pretty much stole the show last season with 6 different wins out of 10. It's pretty impressive for a team to have that much dominance. The second season in, younger Vermin GP managed to steal a win in Silverstone, Jack Smith's home race. Tarek Alcada, another one to look out for. Will want to kind of put his foot down and essentially try and steal the show. But all eyes on Paul Magzire, to be honest. He's looking very strong, coming off from last season's championship win when he won it in Malaysia. Testing my memory now.
Hey Kilgod, are you able to connect?
Yeah, it's just, I think I need to put it on my SSD if it's not already on there. 27 cars.
That helps a lot. Anyways, I think this is gonna be a tough race for everyone. There are 23 cars that are gonna be racing, hopefully. And this is gonna be a tough race. I hope there aren't gonna be any big crashes, but
What do you predict the qualifying time is going to be like?
I'd say high 19s, low 20s, because the times on the P-Tracker are with like 7 degrees lower temps on track, and that costs a lot. That costs 1.5 to 2 seconds. So I'm expecting the pole position to be in the mid to high 19s, I would say.
Fair enough. With us as we go trackside.
Anyways, I'm gonna head back to drivers.
Yes, we're actually on to qualifying now. People are on their outlap. So we actually have a spin on his outlap from... I have to give a quick check who that is. Alex Cochrane. So Alex having a spin on his outlap is not a good sign for him. Hopefully he'll be able to keep it on track when he actually starts his hot lap. As first person who about to start his hot lap is Clank Hughes, coming out to the first hot lap of the season in a very beautiful blue fiery car.
Yeah, you're right there. The livery's looking very swanky this season. Big step up. But as we run trackside with him, he opens his DRS, and it's nice and late in turn 4, riding the curb. Seems to have this car nicely planted around this track.
Goes a little bit wide off the corner there though.
I think we'll be seeing a lot of that from cars tonight. That's pretty much becoming the racing line, if anything. Looking good as he goes into the last sector now. We carry the speed with the left right hander. Does.
Does very nicely and opens his DRS again. Coming up to the last few corners here. As we saw people in practice get 21s, we'll see how quick he is, but he looks to be in a good time. As it comes over to put the first quali lap of the season in, and it's a 121.6.
So it looked good, but I mean, you can't really tell.
As we said, keep your eyes on Paul Maxar, and here he comes, putting in an even quicker lap, 121.1. Showing where he's at.
It looks like he might have actually backed off this lap. Doesn't look like he's pushing it, so maybe he's recharging for another.
I'll have to ask quickly, the tires we see are the tires they use, is that correct?
He should be, yeah.
And I'm sorry to everyone, I'm gonna mix them up and call the white wall mediums and so on and so forth the last season's tires. I still haven't gotten used.
I mean, if you want to call them what they were last season, they're pretty much the same.
Well, I mean, softs are now medium, right? And mediums are hard, and so on.
And looks like Van Dijk has gone off the second sector. Max pulls into the pits.
It is nice to see such a full grid though.
Yeah, definitely. But with that means a lot of traffic as looks like Van Dijk just pulls off, get out the way. But Mario Lind is coming to the pits regardless, as Douglas Falcon goes 5th fastest with a 122 flat. Rolling with Clank Hughes at the moment, who's seems to be coming up to a bit of traffic. Matthew Click comes into the pits and struggling to find someone on a hot lap at the moment.
We have on a hot lap Douglas Falcon, I do believe. He is down on his delta though, from what I can see.
It might help if I get the delta wrap up.
And he is about to finish his hot lap now, coming into the last few corners. But it pulls into the pits, yeah.
With
Feeling
Maxi
it.
Younger, who also doesn't seem to be on hot lap, but I could be wrong, as the delta's not showing up. But doesn't that look like a beautiful livery? I may say so. The Octane Boys really pulled out this season. The collaboration with Shadow 118.
I mean, all of them really have nice liveries this season.
Right there. Yeah, Maxi Younger, new signing for Octane this season. The big shake up the grid moment. As Maxi looks like he's slowing down, maybe preparing for a hot lap.
Yeah, getting his track temps down a little bit, probably. Track temps, tire temps, sorry.
We'll see him now pull into the pit. No, this is it, he's going for it. Lining up. He's got the all clear. $320 kilometers into turn one. Two tenths up in his delta at the moment.
Ooh, as he locks up heavy there.
Still keeping it together though. Breaks at 70 meters. Right,
As fall, max representing 120.4, so we're getting down there now in the lap times.
yeah, the track's improving with 12 minutes to go.
As Maxi has some traffic in front of him, with Niels seems to be pretty slow compared to Maxi.
Help him. Might not, let's see. Five tenths up.
As Maxi does get that toe, got some nice help there from Niels.
Go on.
Even though they're in different teams, Niels in that sim race.
Yeah,
Focus
new
car.
Octane recruitment right there. As Maxi's nearly a second up on his Delta. Comes
It's
up the last corner, and he's a whole second up this time. And that'll put him right up there, third fastest.
P3, 120.8, so that's a nice lap, and they're getting pretty close here.
Puts him ahead of Clank Hughes, his previous season rival.
As we still wait for some people to actually put in their lap times.
Jan van Dijk 2 seconds up. Had a bit of an issue at the start of qualifying going. Bit of a spin. But it seems like he's got this one together. Love seeing the cars go through that sector.
With around 10 minutes to go here now. It's hard. It is very hard to predict who's gonna come in pole position here. As Van Dijk is coming out to the start-finish straight now.
Yeah, he's definitely going to make an improvement on his lap.
Yeah, he is. Oh, he is not. He's half a second up. As he's now slowing down to save some fuel.
James May also up on his time. That actually will put him ahead of Paul Magzai if he gets this one together.
James May, and I gotta say, their livery is also so splendid. Griffin game in there.
Like drivers might be trying to cut that corner.
As Hamlin goes up in P2, putting in a fast lap late. His first fast lap, then he comes up to P2, so there's room for improvement still. So they're getting closer and closer, everyone, to the low 120s now, mid 120s. And it's just a lot of people sing out to be here on the hard compound of tires. I'm not sure, do you know how this track is on tires? It uses a lot of them.
No, not really. I think we might just get the standard one stop tonight, but no, my luck, there'll probably be two.
I'm with Dave Southward here now. Not having the best of luck at the moment, locking up every now and then in corners here. Not hitting the apexes where he would want to hit them, so not the day of Dave at the moment.
Oh, as I just switched to oh god, I've forgotten his name. As I resort to the new spotter we've got. I still can't pronounce his name. No matter. Kozyuk. Yeah, as I literally switch to him, he just spins out. No chance of that. Commentator's curse right there. So we've got 8 seconds left. Wozniak Kozyuk. I'm gonna call him Wozniak Kozyuk.
James May here was on a fast lap but got stuck in traffic and now is pulling in pit.
And Van Dijk also spinning out. And oh god. One of the
there's a crash. Yeah, that's K-Man, and yeah, Van Dijk there crashing.
Okay.
Not something you would want, but
yeah. And we also missed James May going fastest, but yeah, Paul Magzai second fastest, improves on his time, but still not quite enough. Only 1/10 behind James May at the moment. But yeah, Max Hamlin, bloody hell. Didn't see that one happening.
So it's very exciting, very exciting.
You could not predict it, to be honest. I mean, it could go either way between James May and Paul Magda, but I wouldn't rule anyone else out, to be honest. People just seem to be improving. As Clank Hughes goes third fastest, well done. So, you know,
Wow.
yeah, like I said, no ruling anyone out.
Oh yeah, this already is exciting, isn't it?
You know, Max Younger, he's 4/10 up out of that corner.
As Max now comes up to the start-finish straight, can I put in a blistering lap time? He does improve to P4. So it's getting tighter there, and it's all to go for it. So it's the start of the race. What do you think? Do you think people will push, try to get the lead early, or will they try to think it's the first race of the season, we have plenty of time?
Yeah, you'd think that. You'd think the latter, but the guys, you know, they see an opportunity, they'll go for it. And
They're races after all, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, I mean, I cannot predict it going anyone's way in particular. There's Max Hamlinck's 3/10 up on his time. New signing for Vermin. I believe he's the reserve driver, but you know he's definitely put in a first driver performance right here. 5/10 up.
I actually believe Matthew Clip has run out of fuel, just going very slowly. Oh no, here he comes
Okay.
again. He almost stopped off the track, but he continued to go again now. Going very slowly there.
Max Hamlinck loses a bit of time. He makes it past a bit of traffic. I think it's the traffic that held him up though. Maybe he might have thrown him off as he goes across the line and jumps both Clank Hughes and Maxi to
P3.
third place. Well done. And actually just on the cusp of breaking into the 19s there.
As we now have only 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left, and we have no idea who's gonna be in the lead here. It's so hard to predict.
Right there. Christoph Turner. What happened there? We caught the end of it, but might have actually
Just missed the entry.
yeah, a bit of accident happening there in the pit entry.
There's people now going full speed.
Paul Magda crosses the line and begins his hot lap by the looks of things as we roll with him. He's up as he goes through turn 2. Braking just about 70 meters before turn 3. Barely kisses turn 4. Can he reach 300 kilometers an hour before braking? He does. Still barely a tenth in it as he's losing out. As James May goes even faster. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in qualifying.
Miles Cyrus up on his almost a tenth now, a tenth up.
He still
If
needs
he
to find
keeps
another though.
improving. Oh yeah, but he's got a lot of time, and he does almost find another there. He's up 1.8 now.
Oh, come on.
1.9, he's gonna be up there. He's gonna be close. Oh, as he loses almost everything in the last
Yeah.
corner.
That last corner. He needs to find it in the last corner. He'll know that now. Improves, but you know, still has like 2 or 3 tenths to gain.
Yeah, it was close, but not close enough.
Yeah, close but no cigar. Clank Hughes up in his time as he enters the last corner. Or penultimate corner, sorry. He actually gains. That'll be good for him. And he'll probably pit Max Hamlinck with that. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Oh, there's barely anything in it, but he doesn't do it. Maxi Younger now begins his hot lap. Comes up the last corner. Full revs.
It's action everywhere at the moment.
Very
It's gonna be packed. There's gonna be a lot of traffic in the race as well.
Guys, we'll be seeing how close, how far can they get the braking points.
As Paul Maxar is now very slow into the last few corners.
Maxi clips the grass, tries to extend a bit too much there and loses any hope of improving on his time by the looks of things. I think that's it and done now. As Nicholas Lay's looking strong, up in sixth. Max Stein improves. Jan van Dijk's up on his time.
And I'm with Paul Maxar. He was pretty good, but he locked up and lost a full second down now, so he's called off his time. And I don't think we're gonna see him improving as we're 1 minute left to go. So the laps we're on are the ones we're gonna get.
And Van Dijk looking good. Still gaining. Actually gains almost a second in that last sector there. Can keep it together. Yeah, still going. Looks like he's correcting a lot of mistakes. There's Matthew Clip. Looks like he spun out or something into the pits. Jan Van Dijk improves.
So people are gonna start their last few hot
Paul
laps now.
Magzai pulls into the pits and that's him done. Max Hammerlink
Mats Hamlin is plus on his time.
was down but now he's up as the checkered flag goes.
If Hamlin does need to find just a little bit more to get that P2 front row lockout. He is getting close to it though, and at the current moment,
Doesn't
he's
have
just
it.
on the cusp. He doesn't have it, but he's getting up there. He's just on the cusp of it now.
Loses time though through that last corner there, unfortunately. I think he might have just lost it. Oh god,
And he loses it even more there.
unfortunate. We stay with him though.
Oh, as he goes
be-
off track.
Could be anything in it. He tries, but it doesn't look like
Does
he's going
not
to
look
succeed.
like it.
James May crosses the line. I don't think he improves, but he doesn't need to because he has provisional pole. Wells Fisher goes into the barrier by the looks of things.
And from what I can see, it doesn't look like anyone is plus on their times at this current moment.
No, you're right there. I think that's it. That's all qualifying
That's
had to
it
show
for
tonight.
qualifying. And how exciting was that? James May in P1 pole position.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the cards tonight, to be honest. It was between him and Paul Magzai, but you know, very surprising show from Max Hammerlink. Definitely one to look out for, the Dutch kid, setting a 120 flat, and there was barely anything in it. If he'd have got that lap together, I reckon he would have had Paul Magzai at least.
Yeah, and it's been close. I mean, looking at the gaps between some drivers, there's not a lot. Look, between Max in third and Clank Hughes in fourth, there is around a tenth between the two.
Yeah.
So, and looking down, it is that close throughout the field. It's gonna be a close race, hopefully. So yeah, it will be very, very interesting.
Yeah, you're right there. As we go trackside now, 1 minute to go before the race starts. I mean, I can't make any predictions myself, to be honest.
No, no.
Anything I say, it's normally the opposite. But
And there's a lot of cars on the grid.
got the cars on the C4 tyre tonight. James May, Paul Magzire, Hammerlink, Upton as well. Looks like Clank Hughes is ahead. I think Clank Hughes is ahead for me. It's not, but it says on my thing right here. As the lights all go out, or get ready to at least. I'm jumping the gun here. Lights out, away we go. It's a good start from James May. Paul Magzire right behind him. As the grid spreads out.
As we have some guys going wide in turn 1, 2 of them off the track. Ooh, as there's a little crash as well, but they seem to come out unscathed.
Yeah, it looks like the majority of the pack is still together. A few locking up there into turn 4, or turn 3, sorry. But the majority of them keeping it together. Paul Magzire actually getting the jump on James May though. We missed that. We missed that.
We did miss that, but James is on him now.
Yeah, you're right there.
James showing himself in the mirror saying, I'm here, putting the pressure on Paul here. As it seems like Turner is dropping a few positions. As James now looking side by side with Paul for first position.
Oh, he
As
goes off!
Jude-
There's contact! There's contact!
There's contact and James is off, and now he's also spun. He's gonna have to wait for all those cars to go by before he can re-enter the track, and he's down.
He's down to 15, 16.
P20.
Oh god.
P20 for James.
A lot of damage to his front wing there as well.
He's not gonna be happy about that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a big crash in the last corner there.
Oh god, that might be a safety car situation maybe, I don't know.
As there's a guy spun on the start-finish straight as well.
That's a horrible camera.
That was
Jesus Christ.
K-Man spinning on this start-finish straight.
Yeah,
Ooh, wow.
a few of them into the pits. Matthew Clip. Well, actually just him. And the rest is us.
As I look down, James May now looking to overtake many cars, making the move on Nicholas. Does make it stick up. As next is Mario Lindy in P15, so he's already made it 4 positions up from 20 to 16.
Gap slowly building there between Max Hammerlink and Paul Magzire. Clank Hughes on the rear of Max Hammerlink. As Paul Magzire Swiss! Paul Magzire Swiss! Oh god!
Jesus Christ!
Oh god, he comes back onto track.
But it seems like he's still made it somewhat safe.
God, I hope.
So we had the 2 faster guys actually.
Nils Fischer also spins at the exact same point. Manages to stay out of the way. Actually, I don't know about that.
Nils almost has a very unsafe entry there, but he makes it stick. And Hamlink now up in P1, so big surprise there.
Who'd have seen this one happen? And there's Christoph Turner goes faster than 123.7.
As James May is now looking to take P13, so James is going to be charging through the field, and I think we're going to see the same for Magzire. One of those comeback drives. We'll see how far up he can get. But yeah, that's some controversy for the leading guys there, spinning it out or getting taken out.
Max Hamlin goes a bit wide there, but manages to keep it together. Still up in his time, probably just from staying out of trouble.
As Max Stein now is going to look on Dave for the 4th position, but getting a bit squeezed out there and can't make it stick.
Yeah, you're right there. He has DRS though. They all do, to be honest. The way the pack's all bunched up, so they'll be sticking behind him.
Looking down the field, there is overtakes of Overfield. Nicholas here. Lay trying to making the move on Mario. Mario trying to get it back. Oh, he spins! Nicholas spins! There's a lot of spins. This car does not seem to be too easy to drive here.
Yeah, this is quite a challenging opening race, to be honest. It's not everyone's favourite race. Some people, the track works for them. Others, it doesn't suit their driving style. So it will be a test of patience tonight. Running with Maximilian Younger, who is on the C4 tyre, much like Max Hamlin, the race leader. The only one who isn't in this situation is Clank Hughes, the one sandwiched in between them. So
One second. There is some racing now. Cochrane, Alex Cochrane. Oh, someone spun out. That is.
Oh, Wojciech
Wojciech.
Kosyuk.
Yeah, he got
spins out.
taken out by his teammate. I do believe there was 2 of those blue cars. Not sure it was the same. No, it was not the same. Sorry, I lost the words now. Not the same team. But there is some contact, and yeah, as if we look up now, James made it up into P12 now. Next person after him. Oh, that's James Spin! James Spin again, and that's a hard crash into the wall.
Yeah, man, that sector in particular seems to be catching out a lot of drivers tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe the unsettling of the downforce, maybe they're just leaning too much on the tyres.
And I do believe James and Paul both are pushing very, very hard, and James might just have been pushing a little bit too hard, wanting those positions back.
He comes into the pits and might see an alternative strategy come into play. Max Stein on the rear of Max Younger, who's being sandwiched. Dave Southwood up to 3rd. I didn't see that one happening.
As Max I now made it into P10, so he's back up into P10. Oh, as there's another spin on the track, and that's Tarek.
Tarek Alcada, yeah,
Positions.
losing a couple of positions out of the points now, unfortunately. Wasn't the season starter that he wanted to see. Maxi Younger down to 4th now. Probably just staying out of trouble. He has had a lot of bad luck last season in particular, but he now has Max Stein all over his rear, so really don't want to see any tears happening here. Max Stein's very hungry for that position, so maybe I've lost the words there. Maybe
Yeah.
Max Younger needs to become a bit more defensive, but he might let
It
Dave
seems-
Southwood get away. Sorry, go on.
Seems not like Clank Hughes is actually catching up to Hamlink in P1. It's getting closer and closer, and soon gonna get within the DRS distance here. He did break into the 1 second now, the 1 second distance, so he's gonna get the DRS, and I think we're gonna see some race for the lead, as they're actually also coming up for some traffic here. So hopefully we'll get to see some side-by-side racing for P1 as Tarek pits. But look at that, Max Hamlink, that is a surprise, into P1, leading by over a
Right.
second now.
I mean, it takes 2 really experienced drivers to spin out in order for someone to get P1 around here.
He is slowly getting into the traffic in front, so we'll see how that plays out well for him.
Christoph Turner was on the rear of Max Stein, but now is unfortunately losing a bit of pace to him, and Max Stein is now on the attack of Maxi Younger, but manages to get his car onto the grass, unfortunately for him. Oh, and Christopher Turner goes for a move, but
That
unfortunately
was
he doesn't make
almost a
contact.
dive bomb there.
He had to try something, I
Backed
think.
out just in time. Yeah. It's gonna get the DRS now. They all do here again. As Mario Linde is now coming up on Alex Cochrane onto the start-finish straight as well. He's gonna get the DRS and see if he can get that move done. Oh, as
Another
Cochrane
attempt.
locks up
Yeah, big lock up from Alex Cochrane there.
and Linde passes him. So Linde now, but Max starting up into P9, looking on Stein there into P8, trying to make the switchback work, but he doesn't really get it.
Max Stein goes for an opportunity. And he just, oh, he goes, oh god, he goes over the grey stuff. That'll be good news for Maximilian Younger. Max Stein does not want to put his tyres on that again. He knows that now. It bites back. That's what's been catching out people tonight. Is clearly trying to push the limits.
Yeah. I think most of them are pushing just a little bit too hard. It's the first race and they're all eager to race.
Yeah, it's been a long winter for some of these drivers. Dave Southwood has made quite a bit of a gap to Maximilian Younger now, after him going on the defense for quite a few laps.
Turner.
Sorry, it's hard to believe that we're only on lap 8. It seems like it's been going on for ages with all this action.
But Hamlink in P1 has actually broken free now, so there's 1.3 seconds. They're keeping the distance, but it seems like Hughes just either he saves his tire or he can't just get close enough. Turner here now putting the pressure on Maximilian Younger, and it will be fun to see if he can get the move done.
James May going fastest with a 123.2. James May currently on the C2 tyre. Is it the lower the number, the harder the compound?
Yeah, I call them hard, mediums, and soft. It makes it much easier for me.
I need to get the cheat sheet.
James May now into P19, and he's gonna be upset with that. As Turner pits.
Yeah. There's Wojciech Kosiuk, unfortunately spins again. That flag to flag car taking a bit of a beating tonight. And K-Man also spinning out in the M Sport car. It's not what he wanted. Where is that? Look at what that is.
Ooh, there's someone else spinning out there. K, yeah. K-Man spinning out again into the gravel there.
Hamlin still P1.
He's really just getting more and more distance now. But Hughes still has him in his view, so it's gonna be interesting. Maybe Hughes is saving just a little bit of tires and fuel, and
they're on different strategies, so yeah, I mean essentially that could be the case. F1 tires.
As we look onto it now, as we say that Hughes is actually now just gaining a lot of speed, so I think he's pushing us. Hamlin is pitting. Hamlin is pitting, making Hughes provisional first place here. And Younger pits as well. So if Younger has a good pit stop here, he can maybe get some positions there. A lot of people coming into the pits now.
Yeah, I think the pit window's open for a lot of people to switch tyres now, go for the one-stop routine. Yeah, Hamlin coming out in P7. No traffic though, by the looks of things. Got Stein up ahead, but I mean, we'll probably see him go out for a bit longer.
And we want to keep an eye on for where Hughes comes out after that. How close they are. It's going to be very interesting. Hughes is going to be putting in all he can now to close that gap down. Now that he has a fully clear track.
Paul Magzire on the, well, he's ahead of Hamlin at the moment. Obviously, he needs to pit. But Hughes on the C3 compound. He'll be laying down the rubber now. He's been holding back possibly. And now he'll hopefully want to be making those tyres work for him.
Maxi now going to put the pressure on a few guys, some slower guys there. He's also gonna lap a few of them. So Max and Alex are going into the race as they have some traffic there about to lap of Matthew. Matthew moving nicely out of the way there on the start-finish straight. Maxi just getting closer and closer there with DRS. He's gonna open it again now. Is he gonna have a look? He's having a look on the outside. They go side by side. Alex locking up. Ooh, as Christoph Turner is also coming into the fight there.
Yeah, the teammate will be held up now, and obviously Cochran is allowed to do this. He's on the same lap, both fighting for position, though they're on different strategies. So yeah, it'll be up to Maxi now to try and make his way around Cochran. Fortunately, this is bullying in its finest form.
It is, but it's all allowed. What do you say?
Turner going wide there though, that'll help Maxi with a bit of breathing space as he's got DRS. He should be able to make it around him. There's a bit of a lock up there, or at least Alex Cochran goes onto the grass. Maxi unfortunately follows him, and Christoph is back into the picture. DRS soon to be open for Maxi and Christoph. This is not helping Maxi's race, unfortunately. Oh! Maxi goes a bit too deep! Christoph has to go into the grass to get past him. And he makes it past him. Now will Alex let Christoph Turner through? That is the question.
That is the question. How are the team rules? But the issue for them is they can't do it now because Max is right there, and if one of them slows down, Max might get
They
that.
have to be smart about this.
Oh, but they seem to let Christoph through there. Yes, he is. Alex is letting Christoph through. But Maxi takes that advantage as well and squeezes by. Ooh, as there is almost contact. That's very nice side-by-side racing there. Very close, but very nice.
Maxi, but fortunately, they've already got the job done.
Yeah, and that was exactly what I was talking about. You cannot slow down like that when you have a rival just behind you, because that will compromise you.
Well, battle's won for now, but the war's not over, Maxi says. As he's gaining on Christoph Turner now. The rules have changed. Cyprian Stone decides to pit. That will put both Maxi and Christoph at least ahead of him. And Alex decides to pit now. And so does Pension. And the second round of pit stops are underway by the looks of things.
And I wish I knew how Clank's tires are looking. He is gonna have to see those lap times.
He's not doing too bad at the moment, but you're right there, it could be affecting him in the long run. I'm sure we can have a look.
He's doing 123s at the moment. If we look back at Hamlin, he's also doing 123s at the moment. So they're pulling the same lap times, so it's probably gonna be close after pits as well.
Hammerlink, who is now stuck behind Paul Magzire. Paul Magzire will be fighting him down to the last lap, at least if he could. I don't think his tyres are going to last that long, as he goes wide and actually stays out of his way. Not too sure what happened there. Was that even Paul Magzire? No, it wasn't.
I do not believe you were looking. Ooh.
I was looking at a completely different battle there. It was a different DM car, my bad. Looks like it was a lap car.
Must have been a lap car, yeah.
Mistaken the DM cars, unfortunately. I'm getting older my age.
I was on
James
deep,
May.
loses 2 positions.
Down to 60.
As Maximilian actually is coming back at Christoph Turner here now for P6. That's gonna be a race-long battle between them.
You're right there, really needs to get past him if he wants to make any attack on the lead. Christoph Turner is, well, he just wants the position by the looks of things. He's going to do anything he can to stop him from getting past.
May in the pits, so May gonna drop the cisterns back. May having not the race he wanted to here. And Dave southward is pitting as well from P2. So now we're just waiting for Clarence Hughes to pit. I wonder how his tires are doing. I wish I could see that.
Right there. Nice enough hold him in. But I mean, the lap times are the facts at the end of the day.
Maxar is in the pits. Hughes pushes on, so it's.
So Southwood manages to get ahead of Christoph and Maxi by the looks of things, so that he's done well.
Done very well there. And Van Dijk also gets all of Maxar there.
It's just down to Max Stein now to pit.
And Hughes as well, we have to get pitted.
Oh yeah, you're right there, sorry my bad.
Hughes, because I'm looking between the fight between Hughes and was it Maxar he was fighting before? No.
Oh,
Sorry, Hamlink. He was fighting Hamlink before, and between them there's now 23 seconds. So when Hughes pits, it's still gonna be very close between them.
and he's still improving, he's still finding time on those tyres, so I don't think he's pitting anytime soon. Should be noted that Clank Hughes won here last season, so is one of his favourite tracks.
But Hamlink is closing in on him now. Actually, there's 22 seconds, and Hughes is just gonna have to look at that time in between them and see when it's time to pit before he loses the gap.
Yeah, really, you should really think about that now.
Wojciech is out of the race.
And Jan van Dijk goes fastest with a 1:22.4.
As Maximilian Younger is coming back on Christoph now. Christoph having a small lockup there. So this battle is still going on between the two of them. Maxi pushing hard now to get that position. As there's still a 23-second gap between Clank Hughes and Mans Hamlin, so it's gonna be nice to see who comes out on top. Younger now 3/10 behind Kerner. Southwards actually puts in the fastest lap of the race. Ooh, Max having a look, but he just too late and has to brake. As Maxire puts in the fastest lap, 1:22.1, so they're getting faster and faster here.
Oh! Clank Hughes spins out! Oh no!
And that's
He manages to
gonna-
keep it together, but that's definitely hurt his chances of winning tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what the time is between them.
We'll definitely have to pit now, and that'll be pitting for damage repairs as well.
It still looks like there's, if I'm not wrong, about around 23 seconds between Hughes and Hamlink. Oh no, sorry, there's 18 seconds, so Hamlink's still in the actual lead here. Clank Hughes lost out 5 seconds on that, and that has just cost him the lead.
It's the same corner. Caught out all the front runners tonight. Hammerlink coming around the final corner. Oh god. And he makes out in front of Clank Hughes.
Yeah, Hughes has lost it there. Now into P3.
Dave Southwood up to P2.
So it was 5 seconds he lost, and he's 6 seconds behind. So he was just on the edge before. I mean, it's still a little bit sad because we could have seen them two back at it after the pit stops, but who knows? Hughes might come back. There's still plenty of laps to go. We're 18 laps out of 34, so. But yeah, Maxi and Turner are still fighting for P4. One of the closer battles we have on the track. But Maxi just can't get close enough to overtake. What do you think? Is Maxi saving us as well? Playing the long game, or do you think it's just too hard with the dirty air to get close?
I mean, we've seen tonight, it is hard for the drivers to get past one another, especially the more experienced ones. But, I mean, I wouldn't rule out anything, to be honest.
Oh, who was that stopped on the track?
Dave Southwood manages to stay ahead of him, stay out of the way. But
James May going slowly there. Not sure if he's just staying out of the way. Keeping my eyes on Dave Southward now, who is closing in on Hamlink. So it will be nice to see if he can. Ooh, Maxi spun! Maxi has spun!
no.
Maxi has spun down to P8. Now, maybe just pushing a bit too hard as well, so a lot of them spinning out there tonight. Not something we would like to see. Ooh, as Maxi spins again.
He goes again, yeah, you're right.
And his tires are probably just too warmed up now. Might have to pit to get some new tires after that. Look at Dave Southward now, though. He's less than 2 seconds behind Hamlin, pushing hard. That's a surprise as well.
Yeah.
I did not see him coming up to P2.
That would definitely what team owner Alex Cochran would want to see tonight. DAC Alpine new signing Dave Southwood. As Maxi drops down to 14th, what's happening, man?
Maxi spinning again. Yeah, his tires are done. Oh, as there's was that Niels Fischer slamming right into the back of Maxi. That's not gonna be happy faces on any of them. What the calamities.
This will definitely be helping him, the back markers at least getting to the points as Tarek Alcada also spins. A lot of these drivers struggling now in the mid part of the race. Lap 20.
So I think maybe we'll see a two-stop here tonight after all.
You're right there.
It seems like their tires are falling out faster this time around. Southward now getting into the dirty area, and now it seems like he can't get closer, holding at 1.7, 1.6 seconds behind. As Stoyan pits and Pension Sisti, sorry for the pronunciation, also is in the pits. Mario Lind up into P9 now. Alcada losing some positions there. It's a race for sure.
Yeah, I know. It's sorry, I'm a bit disheartened about Maxi's performance. Sorry, I'm a bit invested, unfortunately, being the team owner of Octane. So I try and stay unbiased for situations like this.
As a team owner, I'm not sure if you could stay unbiased. Look at Dave now, though. 1.3 seconds behind. He's gonna try to push into that DRS distance now. Just 1.2 seconds behind, and he's pushing hard. If he can make it in under 1 second, he's gonna get DRS, and it's gonna make life a lot easier for him.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Max Hamlin will now be forced into that zone where drivers have been making mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. And Dave, on the other hand, always easier being the car chasing.
Yeah, he's done very well tonight.
Doing very well.
he's only been improving with each season that's gone by. So it's really good to see him now challenging for podiums. I think it's been long overdue. There's Max Stein and Christoph Turner get past a bit of traffic. Max Stein goes for a lead around the outside. Can he make it stick? No, he can't, unfortunately. But they're side to side. And it's contact! There's contact between Max Stein and Christoph Turner.
Off, yeah.
Christoph Turner wasn't really at fault there, to be honest. But I think Max Stein just tried to make something of a move in a zone where you don't normally overtake. Because Jan van Dijk, was that Jan van Dijk? Someone went onto the grass. It wasn't Jan van Dijk.
You had, I missed who that was as well.
But Paul Magzire now nearly onto the podium.
As Dave gets caught up behind traffic, they're racing, their two lap cars are racing, and he's losing out massively on that. Alex Cochrane and Sitran Stoyan racing, not letting him by, not yielding the blue flags. There's going to be some steward work, a lot of steward work after this race, I'll tell you.
It's going to be fun.
The steward's going to be busy, very, very busy. And now Dave, due to those two cars, lost over a second. He was 1.1 behind, now 2.6. He's going to be furious about that.
It doesn't matter who you're battling. If it's a blue flag, you got to pull over, guys.
But we know these guys, you know, racers are racers. They want to race.
There, but this isn't holding back Dave Southwood, who's pushing with every corner.
I do believe he would have been within that DRS distance there coming this lap time around, but now he's just...
Yeah, he's got to start again, hasn't he?
Yeah. I gotta say, I feel a bit for Dave there.
Yeah,
oh, not very nice of those lap cars.
Helping Clank Hughes, definitely. Who's now almost within a second.
But that's racing.
Getting past the lap car there.
As Dave just have to hope for Hamlin as well to get into some traffic now.
Very good Bull, unfortunately retiring from the race now. About our second retiree. James May goes fastest with a 1:20.7, but unfortunately he's down to 16th. So it looks like he's going for the fastest lap point tonight. The fastest lap point is free to all drivers. There's no top 10 limit. I don't think this should be, to be honest. If one of them wants to battle it out for a point, let them give it a chance, you know.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision there. As Dave now actually losing a bit more time. As traffic in front of him is locking up, and that's P17 of Pensionisti as well, so Dave not having the best of luck with traffic tonight.
You're right there. We really need to understand the blue flag rule. There's no tolerance.
I gotta say, I can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry, but he did move out nicely there.
Yeah, he gave Clank Hughes the corner, so we'll give him that. Clank Hughes looking to make up for his mistake earlier. Still in a podium position, but Paul Magzire is not that far away from him.
No, it's getting closer. Well, Magzire is 10 seconds behind still, so that's a bit... Hughes is getting pretty close to Dave now.
Yeah, you're right there. I mean...
soon within the DRS distance, so... if he gets close to Dave and he's gonna overtake him, then Dave's gonna be even more angry at those lap cars.
What app are you using for lap times?
For lap times, I use the in-game app. Just turn it on and off.
It only shows like 4 for me. How do you scroll up?
No, what?
How do you see all the times?
Oh, you mean the between them, or?
It doesn't matter. Don't worry.
No. If you want the intervals, press Control D.
Control D.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit. That's awesome.
You can see intervals or between each
I don't know
car
why I didn't have the
or
intervals
from
on,
the
to be
leader.
honest. But yeah, that's awesome.
As Stein is now putting the pressure on Turner for P6. He has DRS. Oh, look at Hughes though in P3. He's less than a second now, so he has that DRS.
Yeah, these tires are coming to life.
Yeah, definitely coming to DRS again, as they're both of them are closing to Hamlin. So Hamlin is gotta get his racing boots on.
Oh, hanging out in gear number 3 for a bit too long there. Gear number 3, third gear. 8 laps to go. You can go anybody's way. Top 3, all within 4 seconds.
Yeah, anything can happen really, because they're closing all of them to Hamlin. Hamlin can still make mistakes, and they can still make mistakes. It's hard to judge. But with the two of them now starting to race, I think Hamlin's gonna get a bit of a breathing space. If Hughes is smart or Dave is smart, they're not gonna go side by side for too much, but they're gonna either make an overtake where it is, or Hughes is just gonna stay behind and get a bit closer to Hamlin first. Because getting closer, they sure are.
Huge brakes early there, but I think he just wants to try and get a different line. Hughes looks like he's eyeing up there, a possibility, but odds against it. James May setting another fastest lap, 120.7.
As Dave is now almost within under 2 seconds to Hamlin, but Hughes is right on his gearbox. And I think we're gonna see Hughes looking for an overtake here soon enough.
Yeah, you're right.
If he's smart about it, it's gonna wait until DRS and then swoop past him on the start-finish straight or something similar like that.
DRS open here, but there's not enough straight to get it done just yet. Seven laps left, soon to be 6. Frank braking early once again. There's a bit of oversteer from Dave Southwood, gives Frank Hughes the opportunity.
And Hughes gets
open.
Side by side, and he's gonna get the move done.
God damn it.
That is the move done. Dave's gonna be fuming now. He's gonna put in everything he can.
Lost a lot of time there to Hammerlink, nearly a second. He's down to 3 seconds, but now's Clank Hughes' chance to defend, or maybe even pull away.
Yeah, you know, I think Hamlin now would just want to save some battery power, and once they get close. Ooh, it's James May is out.
Yeah, I just saw that he come to the pits and retired. No, that is.
May probably fuming with himself due to the mistakes, and of course the contact and the start there. So.
Question is, if you set the fastest lap but don't finish the race, should it be awarded to you?
Personally, it's a tough question. I personally don't think so. But that's not up to me.
Frank Hughes now within 2 seconds of Max Hammerlink. And you can just see it there. Obviously it's this, one of the slowest corners in the calendar. I think it is actually the slowest corner in this calendar. Five laps left.
And it's getting spicy. Hughes is on a like a rocket ship at the moment.
Hmm. Yeah, he's definitely gaining time.
Question is, does he have enough time to get close enough? As Maxi also DNFs.
God. There's two front runners, or potential front runners, retired tonight. That's 5 overall. Hopefully you guys who've put your predictions in tonight have predicted 5 retirements.
That's more than I thought. I was talking to people before, and most of them said they didn't believe a lot of people would crash out. But
Frank Hughes now within 1.3 seconds. 3/10 needed to get into the DRS zone for him, and he's still chipping away. There's a big lock there for Max
from Hamlick. Oh my God! This is gonna really put P1 on contention. And was he within he wasn't within the DRS zone though in time. There was gonna be no DRS this time around, but after this little corner possibly so.
I'm not too sure because
It's the same zone. Yeah. Oh no, he gets DRS there. Oh, as he gets squeezed out, but he does make the move.
Does he though? He's still side by side.
Oh,
Max Hamlin actually makes it ahead.
Nice job by Max there.
He's held up, trying to get around him, but Max Hamlin because there's weaving, and I don't know if that's a bit excessive, but it's probably on the edge at least.
Yeah, I don't think it's excessive. It's racing.
That's obviously bringing Dave Southwood back into the picture though, and there's barely a second between the lot of them.
This is going to be
Fisher retires, and it's a 6th retirement of the night, but we don't care because we're watching Clark Hughes trying to get past. And is there enough room to get it done?
He sticks on the outside. Can he make it move?
Good.
That's some nice racing we have here tonight. Ooh, but look at Dave though. Dave coming up there as well.
3 into 1. And it's Clark Hughes is ahead. He's managed to make it ahead, and Dave wants to also make a move.
Dave is going to be looking hard for that. With 4 laps to go, it's all or nothing for these 3 guys right now. As they're going to get DRS here, both Max and Dave. This is racing. This is what we want to see for first position. 3 drivers giving it all. Not the 3 drivers we'd expect.
No,
but
definitely not.
you're putting on a show tonight.
Not definitely not. I wouldn't rule out Clank. He's always a wild card. But I mean, just didn't expect it from newcomer Max Hamlin.
No, but I mean, we're also seeing Clank doing mistakes, so he still can do those mistakes again, pushing hard now. But now the question is for P2, because it seems like Dave has the speed again.
Well, he's got to make it happen because he's only got 2.5 laps left.
But it seems here like Hughes is pulling away now. Hamlin not able to pull them away as much. So, yeah. I think my bet would have been on Clank on the 3 of them. It still is. I don't think Clank will. I think Clank will be a bit more on the safer side these last few laps now that he's actually in front.
He's getting a bit of roller steer out of the second to last corner. So staying on the tail within 0.5 seconds. Hamlin will probably be using all of his boost here on the straight, trying to defend.
Yeah.
All of them still braking as late as they possibly can. Especially with
Tim gets DRS again. Sorry.
fuel levels are now low.
Yeah, with less. They have 2 laps to go here, approximately. And Dave's going to be putting the pressure on Max now. Max is going to be defending hard, I think. He was weaving a bit, as you said, a bit questionable sometimes there. But we'll see. I mean, he's not losing Dave in the blink of an eye here, so it will be nice to see who comes up. It's nice that we have the battle in the front as well.
Yeah, definitely. And as Clank is actually pulling away now, I believe, yeah.
With 1.4 seconds in front. But Dave just sticking within that DRS distance there. But it looks like Max is just a tiny bit faster and might be able to make it.
Yeah, there's definitely certain parts of the track that suit Max's setup more so than Dave. Dave seems to have the upper hand in the first sector, but he just looks at Max and he can keep that gap. And the pits are now closed in the penultimate lap. Dave Southwood gaining.
This is right on here. He's probably filled up his battery and just waited for the right moment. You said penultimate lap, but I do believe there's one more, no?
Penultimate is second to last.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, there's gonna be pushing here from all of them. There is some lap traffic. Hopefully Styx keeps out of the way here, because these are some important positions they're fighting for. And he does. Very nice of Matthew there, just staying out of the way. Dave is getting closer and closer here. It's gonna be very close once they get into DRS, as Max does not get the apex nice. And there's 3/10 between them. Dave open his DRS. Is he gonna be able to make the move? Max defending. Dave goes on the outside. They're not side by side here though, but coming to the next DRS zone, Dave is gonna be getting the pressure on. Full speed, and they go side by side here now. Max taking the defensive line. Dave cannot make it stick there. Nice defensive from Max as Dave slides a bit.
Well, it's the final lap, and he had to make something happen, and he tried, but it didn't work out this time. But at least he can say that he tried.
Yeah, well, there's still a lap, and you never know what can happen. But yeah, I do believe that was his last try. With a little bit more traffic in front, you never know though. Sorry, that was no traffic in front. That's me getting a little bit too excited.
Dave Southwood in DRS zone.
Well, he's getting a lot of speed using all his battery power there, I believe. It's not gonna be enough.
And it's been a brilliant race from them all, but one guy comes out on top. It's Clank Hughes as he comes out the last corner. Well, in the penultimate corner, he nearly spun out, but here we go. Clank Hughes is only bloody going to do it again. Back-to-back wins in Australia.
And that's a very nice race of Clank, very nice comeback. So big congratulations for the first race of the season here, and Clank Hughes takes the win. Hamlin in second. He's going to be happy about that. He had to defend hard though.
It wasn't a disappointing race at all, was it?
Oh no, it was a very lovely race. Dave's gonna still be happy with P3. I think he's gonna be a bit fuming. I think with those cars under Blue Flag Racing not letting by.
Yeah.
Without those cars, I do believe it would have taken the win. Looking at the times, but that's racing.
You're right there. There's that possibility, and I think some harsh penalties are going to have to slap down to make an example of that. Just should not be happening. But it was a great race nonetheless. As we take a little break and just reflect on what just happened. I mean,
big congrats to Clank and nice job of all the drivers.
Yeah, Clank, who, considering he made a pretty big mistake and spun out, he managed to, somehow have a recovery drive of a lifetime. This just doesn't happen in Drought League. I mean, all these mistakes from, drivers who are currently, fighting for wins. So yeah, it was a very interesting race.
Very interesting race. From the start, where we had the guy spinning out and crashing and whatnot, till
Well, I'm sorry to cut across, but we've got someone waiting for an interview already. Maximilian Younger. Maxi, what a race, eh?
Yeah, seems like the bad streak doesn't end, does it?
Ah, friend,
I
these
had
things happen.
well, it's not. It's I think something's wrong because every time I race on Australia, I get a lot of lag spikes. I got one on the exit of the last corner, and
Yeah.
when I screen froze and when it came back, I was in the wall and had really heavy damage. So I spun, and yeah, that was pretty much it.
That's unfortunate, man, but probably something you need to look into. But
yeah.
have you had a chance to reflect on the race?
Yeah, it was good. I was doing pretty well after I pit, trying to get past Christoph, which is always fun battling with him. We were teammates when we won the constructors with JGP,
Yeah.
and his teammate wasn't that nice.
Oh yeah, that
to
was a
say the
really
least.
good hold up. I mean,
Uh,
as far as
he
teamwork goes.
well, the thing is, it wasn't really a hold up. He hit me. He pushed me
I
off in
didn't
that
see that.
first corner. That first corner, we made contact. He just didn't leave space. It was fine in the end. It didn't really. I mean, Christoph got past, but that's the way it is, I guess. But I was battling a lot during the race, and I was like very happy.
Yeah.
I was like, Kilgo must be loving this.
Yeah, it was a really good race.
We were loving the race, but I gotta say, Kilgore was gutted for you when
Yeah.
Yeah, I
when you
mean
did the
now
spins.
he's my team boss, so it's the way it is. I'm really sorry for what happened. It just, yeah, I guess next race is gonna be better. I guess can't get any worse, can it?
Okay,
Let's
just
hope
gonna
not.
get out of the lump. You had a bad streak both in F3, and now I'm coming over here. You keep going with a bad streak. You have to do something. What do you think you can do to get out of that bad habit?
Not crash.
It's as bluntly as put. But it was a good race nonetheless, and you should always just look at the positives and
Yeah, pace was good. Battling was amazing. I mean, the top 7, they're so strong. I think they're so close as well. So like one mistake will really cost you now these days with stakes are higher. So everyone's practicing, doing a lot of laps. Everyone's very consistent. So it's gonna be interesting. I think we're gonna have a lot of different winners. Clank, I gotta say congratulations to Clank for winning it the 3rd time,
It was his
winning in
third
Australia.
time. This is his third time winning in Australia.
Yes, he won in season 3 last season, and now
I didn't know
it's
the first time.
amazing, amazing, very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, the guy
Always,
has
always.
a lockdown.
He's consistent and he has good luck as well here. So
Well, the thing is, he spun out. He spun out and lost the lead.
yeah, but everyone spun like
Yeah.
it was crazy.
It
I don't
was
think
crazy.
maybe the midfield, so like 4th to 6th, maybe they didn't have any issues, but everyone else spun. I mean, I saw James. Like I was 6th, I think, after the start, and people just kept spinning. I was getting positions and positions, even though I was driving quite slow.
There was one of the latter parts of the track where everyone almost spun within the same sector, I do believe. So
Yeah, it was. It's the chicane, man. That's it's a killer. Like 1 millimeter wrong steering input, and you're on the grass because the speeds are so high. So
Ridiculous.
yeah, but it's cool though. It makes exciting races.
Yeah, everyone was just trying to push it to the limit, and it just bit back.
Yeah, but yeah, great job, Clang. Great job, Max. I don't know. I heard in pit rumors that he might have reset to pits during quali. So
Who's this
stewards
now?
will be Max Hammelink.
Oh
Finished.
dear.
As we said, me and Kilgore talked about that, and you probably agree on this. We said there will probably be a lot of steward work after this race.
Yes, that's my job now, so that's gonna be exciting. Yeah, but yeah, it's
Your
I
favorite
don't
as
want.
well, blue flags, blue flag situation.
Oh yeah, I was unlapping myself a lot. I hope I didn't hinder anyone. I was just
Well,
trying to, because I was on the new tires after I had my little. I had to pit, and I was a lap down from like I went exactly a lap down behind Christoph, so I started unlapping myself from people, and then I had a spin at the chicane again, which that was my fault. It wasn't any lag, and the engine went kind of poof.
yeah.
Octane needs to reinforce carbon reinforce them for me because I seem to crash a lot. So
There won't be upgrades
we
until
gotta.
halfway through the season, friend.
Oh my god, no.
Anyway, it's been great chatting with you, but we must press on.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us and putting on a good race nonetheless.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm sorry again. Try better next.
We'll talk later. Anyway, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think anyone else wants an interview, but just go over the results. If you will, have you got the results, or shall I read them out?
I think it's better you read them out because I do not have them at this very moment. I can get them very shortly though.
Okay, so I mean, we had in qualifying Clank. No, we didn't. Clank Hughes was not. Oh God, I've got the wrong ones. Well, never mind. We don't have qualifying results. But yeah, Clank Hughes out in first place tonight. Took 47 minutes, or nearly 48 minutes that race. Max Hammerlink in second, Dave Southwood in third, Paul Magzire. Disappointing race for him, but managing to clinch onto fourth would be a decent result considering. Jan van Dijk in fifth, Max Stein in sixth, Christoph Turner in seventh, Douglas Falcon in eighth, Mario Lind in ninth, and Tarek Alcada in 10th. We have Nicola Lay in 11th, Alex Cochran in 12th, 13th we have Cyprian Stoyan and Harry Bargamento in 14th, Albano Pensionisti in 15th, Matthew Cliff in 16th, 17th we have Maximilian Younger, and the rest of the retirees. Come to think of it.
And we actually have another man waiting for an interview. We have Max Hamlin, who put on a great show for us today. So what do you say? Should we see what he has to say about today's race?
We'll fit him in there real quick. Yo, Max. Shame about finishing on the second step of the podium tonight, but you put on a brilliant race nonetheless. Just walk us through it, man.
Yeah. What a race. You have no idea. You have no idea how sweaty I am right now. It's actually insane.
I can imagine.
Well, basically, like my qualifying went really well.
Yeah.
Like in the pre-race practice, I wasn't doing so well. I was a good second off when I was doing really well in practice. So it wasn't looking too hot. But I ended up third on the grid, which was a really good result for me. I think I only was like 3 tenths off the pole position.
Yeah, you're right there, yeah.
And then the race started, and within 2 laps I was leading because everyone else in front of me just got punted off, and that's when it was game on, really. Like that's when I felt so much pressure.
Yeah, you had a quite good run there. In the end, you had to defend pretty hard.
Yeah, I started on the soft tire, the C4, and Clank started on the C3, so he could extend his first stint, and had fresher tires in the end, which is why I couldn't keep him behind. He was just too fast. Like I tried, but it just wasn't doable. So shame about losing the race win, but I mean second place, like, come on.
Yeah,
still brilliant.
I mean,
Very nice start.
Like last season, you didn't finish. Two entries. You raced in Canada and Malaysia, both times DNFs. So to come back in season 6 with a second place finish in your first race. I mean, technically, aren't you a reserve driver?
I am. I will be driving about half the season, though, as far as I understand.
I mean, that's
for Berman.
It's a pretty good reserve drive That's me.
I put in the time. I was very motivated. I mean, you said it, like last season I didn't do so well, which was mostly due to me being new. Like I started sim racing, Canada, maybe I was racing for a month at that point, maybe 2.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like, I did many mistakes, spun a lot, so I really put my focus on practicing and trying to get consistency up there. And yeah,
Well,
seems to be working out pretty well.
You heard it, guys. Practice makes perfect.
And I want to give a quick shout out real quick to the Vermin boys, everyone at Vermin, for just helping me with setups and tips, and everything, just everything. So much help. So thank you to everyone.
Well,
They know.
If we're giving out shout outs, I just want to thank you, Vermin, once again for sponsoring this league. Obviously, this season, Vermin Formula Experience, we're partnered with them. They provide the champion of this season a chance to race in a test and experience what it's like to be in a real life Formula Renault car. So if you want to win that prize, there's only one way of getting it. You've got to win. So sign up today if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you, Max Hammerlink, for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Nice one, man. Good race, and hopefully see you again in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, good racing.
2 weeks' time. You sound like you fell into a hole. Don't know if you heard that, but anyway, 2 weeks' time we're racing in Bahrain. I think it's the 3rd of August. Same time, 8 o'clock British summer time on a Saturday night. Well, you know what you're doing in 2 weeks' time now, don't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not missing this.
No, absolutely not. I'll be here.
But yeah, I've been Kilgore Trout. This guy.
And I've been Shady.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me, man. It's been a pleasure to be alongside you tonight.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you everyone else, drivers, spectators.
Yeah, it's been a real hoot. But yeah, if you guys want to join us, the Discord link is there. You can also follow us on the wiki, the brand new wiki, formulatroutleague.com. And if you want to send us a donation, streamlabs.com/Formula Trout League. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a good night.